Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV, not in the squirrel suit for this edition here on the late evening Monday. But friends, I do want to make mention for those of you that listen on Dolynny TV more than you watch on Dolynny TV, there's been a change this weekend. After getting up to Edmonton for the Sunday game, I was able to come home today and bring home my Heritage Classic jersey. Patrick, you know what? Fantastic guy, does everything he possibly can do to help me out. Tried to get that plated for me down at Ice District Authentics. They didn't have the kits still prior to this game. I don't know if they're ever going to have the kits. Really no problem. That was my gamble buying a blank jersey. I know. But yeah, the Edmonton Oilers Heritage Classic jersey now hanging up here on the Dolynny TV set. All right, enough about me, friends. Right now, the Oilers trade talks kind of starting to wither away, right? I know I was discussing some stuff about Andrei Kuzmenko, but that was just more or less looking at something that used to be a thing, looking at, hey, a number makes sense, hey, and also I haven't talked to you in 48 hours. I thought it was maybe time to show my face on my own channel, right? So that was more or less what that was, just kind of lining up a couple different ideas and trying to throw together a video. And I thank you for tuning into that. But as it currently stands, friends, the Oilers are on a 7-game winning streak, right? I'm a happy squirrel if you caught the video earlier today. And for right now, the worries seem to have disappeared a little bit. Now that's where I want to discuss things, because for the Oilers, I think, as you know, Jack Campbell is still a massive issue in the minor leagues, in the AHL with Condors. Not necessarily because, right, he's struggling so bad that it's irreparable. No. It's more or less Olivier Rodrigue is amazing. He's been having a great season. I think Jason Gregor today actually had a tweet out talking about how Rodrigue would likely be right now an organizational depth-wise number 3 as opposed to Jack Campbell to Skinner and Picard. That seems crazy, but again, that's kind of where we're at, right? Olivier Rodrigue's had the best save percentage in the AHL on guys who have played 5 or more games at the AHL level this year. And you got to remember, more goalies play in the AHL than the NHL, I think, per year. So keep that in mind there as well. But Calvin Picard comes in. He's your only goalie over 900, actually at like 918 or something this year. Oh, and by the way as well, he's got a less than 2.5 goals against per game average right now. So, wow, that's pretty good. Now, that's small sample size, 3 games. And Stuart Skinner has rebounded his numbers unlike anything we've seen out of him in a long while, probably since like just before he got named an All-Star last year. But friends, that all weighs the question, right? Does that mean that the Oilers are done trading for a legit number 1 goalie for now? Does it mean they wait till the deadline? What does it all mean? And for me, what it means right now is that you got to keep looking. But the big thing here, and this is where I think Dustin Nielsen, Tommy Gazzola on the Oil Stream today, I was listening to a bit of that. I think a bit as well of Jason Gregor's show on Sports 1440 today. I'm about to catch Oilers Now with Bob Stauffer here in a little bit. But you add up all how this works out for the Edmonton Oilers, and you are gaining leverage. That's the thing you're doing right now, is you're not putting off a trade. You're not making a trade tomorrow. You're gaining leverage in whatever trade you do make. Because whether the Jack Campbell situation wraps up today, tomorrow, or the other day, or you trade in a goalie and keep Jack Campbell down there, I don't know what you do. But at the end of the day is right now, as it currently sits, instead of being 5-12-1, the sky is falling. We have the worst save percentage in the NHL, which Carolina currently owns. Thank you. We now are sitting in a pretty good position where we're 12-12-1 7 games later, and our goaltending's rebounded much better. Our defense is confidence instilling for a goaltender at this point. Not saying it's perfect, but at least the goalie's not going to say, man, if I go to Edmonton, my save percentage is going to plummet 40 points just because they don't know how to defend. Yes, that's still the case sometimes, but not all 60 minutes anymore, which is beautiful because, hey, guess what? If you're talking about a goalie maybe waiving his trade clauses to come to Edmonton, maybe now you're buying a little leverage there as well. But other teams aren't going to try and take you to the cleaners as bad as probably when we were 5-12-1. So that's the beauty right now is, you know what? Yeah, I think it was Dustin Nielsen I was listening to today said, yeah, the Oilers can wait until after Christmas now. There's no rush, right? Calvin Picard gets 1, 2, 3 more starts is I think what he was trying to line up there, and Stuart Skinner rides the rest of the way home until just after the new year. Yeah, you absolutely can do that based on current results. But don't get me wrong in saying that I think the Oilers goaltending is good enough right now, because it's not good enough long term. We all, and I don't know if you've commented on today's earlier video, but for the first time in I think 2-3 months, I went through and commented back to every comment I got. And one thing I said, somebody was mentioning that they were really nervous about Skinner being a starter in the playoffs. Quite honestly, we all have that right to be nervous about Skinner starting game 1 of a playoff series if we make it this year, right? I think that's rightfully so. By all means, you have the right to be nervous about Skinner starting. So what you look for in a goalie at bare minimum is a 1A like Jack Campbell was supposed to be, right? Jack Campbell was supposed to be your shoulder to load, win you hockey games, hopefully win you a Stanley Cup goalie. Not that he's the goalie that's capable of winning it all by himself. We don't need one of those guys. We score 3.9 goals per game, and in the playoffs, if we score 3.5 with the defense we've been playing and the kind of goaltending we've been getting out of Skinner and Picard, you get that out of another guy, you're going to win the Stanley Cup that way. Now, that's a lot of fancy talk. Do not mistake me in any of that saying that's what will happen. That is just kind of what the Oilers need, more or less, at a bare minimum to have a chance to do any of that. So, friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I honestly had this planned out to be a 4.5-minute video, but I like to talk. You know that. That's why you're subscribed, or why you're not subscribed. If you are new to the channel, though, I will mention, please hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. That would be greatly appreciated. Now closing in on the last 1,200 to go before 15,000. By the way, we got the World Juniors live streams that I do every Christmas, New Year's here on the channel coming up in a few weeks' time. And 15,000 by New Year's Eve could be a real dang special night. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Go check out the link in the comments section. All right, I'll tell you that. I'm going to do a little bit of 14 days leading up to Christmas here, giving back to the guys that have supported me over the past few years in terms of YouTube, that being Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic, Brennan from Gillis TV, and Clem from Clem Hawks, supporting me in making sure this whole Dolynny TV thing keeps going for another year. So I'm going to do a little bit of shoutouts for them in the comments, shoutouts for them in the community tab here over the next 14 days leading up to Christmas. So make sure to check it out every day when I post something down there. I am up on, out of here. Hold up. Just kidding.